Good morning. Good morning. And here I am back to share my journey. Today is day 233 since I've been diagnosed, and it is Friday, December 19th of 2025. Wow, how quickly the time has flown. It's amazing, isn't it? Well, I want to update you on my cancer. I went to see my endocrinologist who takes care of my thyroid because I don't have one anymore. Anyway, so they always do a an ultrasound every couple of years just to check and make sure all's well in there and whatever. So this year, what she discovered is that remember the lymph node I had over here that didn't light up on my CT scan the last time. Well, that there was a lymph node over here that was calcified. Must have been that one. Perfect. But there were two new ones that looked like they were probably filled with cancer. And of course, she said we wouldn't know unless we did a needle biopsy, which I wasn't interested in. I'm sure they probably are cancerous because they weren't there before. So anyway, that's kind of what's cooking, and I'm not exactly sure what all this means. It probably means that we're moving on to the next stage, where it's starting to metastasize. So what this has done is it's spurred me on now to make arrangements to probably, well, not probably, but I plan to leave this apartment around February, the end of February. So that means I've got stuff to get taken care of. And I mean, I've been working on this for a while. So I'm in my final stages actually, and I've got places for almost everything that is important to me. And the rest of it can go wherever it goes. I don't know. So I'm assuming that I will be out of here mid-February, and I will be going to live with my youngest son and his wife. And that will give us time to clean and do whatever needs to be done to get rid of all the rest of the stuff. And so that's about it. That's what's cooking there. So one of the questions I get, because I have never lived alone in my life, is whether or not I'm lonely. Well, I will tell you, I'm really not lonely. It's amazing. But I mean, I grew up in a family of 9, so I always shared a bedroom. When I went to work and I had roommates, we shared spaces. Then I got married to Harry. Well, of course, again, shared a room, right? There you go. That's the way it is. And so until now, I've really never actually been alone. I am not lonesome, I will say that. Probably because I've always been a goal setter, so I always have things I've got to do. They're all important to me. So anyway, so what is my day like actually? Okay, well, this is what my day is like. When you don't cook and clean anymore, it really opens up some spaces for you actually. So anyway, I'm in a rocking chair, by the way, and I cannot resist not rocking. So anyway, my alarm goes off at 6:30, and yes, I still set an alarm. The only reason I do is it's wintertime, especially. The sun doesn't shine in the windows, and I could stay in bed until the sun comes up, like kind of. So I'm not. So that's why I set the alarm, and then I'm usually up between 7 and 7:30, and I make my coffee and enjoy that, and I play some video games on my iPad and check up on my messages and all that kind of stuff. And then I exercise, okay? I have floor exercises that I actually do on the bed. And there's strength and stretch. And that takes me about 25 minutes. And then I try to get in like 6,000 steps a day. I know it isn't very much. But I do that by walking in the apartment, in the hallways, whatever it takes kind of to get it done. And I'm not always 100% at it anymore, whereas I used to be just, really made absolute sure this got done every day. So I'm trying to get back to that. but it's not easy. So anyway, so I do that kind of stuff, and then after that is when I start doing what needs to be done, whether it's clothes washing or grocery shopping or uh, I don't know, all the things that a person does, ironing and uh, making phone calls and so on and so forth. Go visit, go out with my friends. I do that once a month or so. So anyway, that's what goes on, and then I have my lunch, and then by 12:30 I'm visiting Harry, and I stay there usually till 2:30 or 3, and it's very warm where he's at, like 78 usually. So it's wow, I come home from that, I'm exhausted. So I usually lay down and I watch some TV and probably watch a documentary or a movie, and then I make dinner, and I might have some company, somebody might call. I might be doing a puzzle. I've did a couple puzzles recently, and uh, that's what I do. So and I read. I do read every day, um, and then I go to bed early, but I don't go to sleep till about 10 because I read for an hour or so before I fall asleep. And I've done that ever since I was little. So that's what my day kind of consists of. Now, if you remember right, way back when I said I was going to do something positive for myself every day. Well, lately I've tried to take a page from my 5-year-old great grandchildren from their playbook, because there's just so much joy at that age. I have a 7-year-old and she has a lot of joy too, but she's a gymnast, and boy, believe me, I can't do anything that she can do. So anyway, so I take a playbook out of these other kids. And so what I've been doing this last couple of weeks is I've noticed in my life that here I am. All your life, you music is so important. You listen to it whenever you get the opportunity to. You listen to it in the car. You've got your, back in the day, we had our stereo and we had long plays and 45s and whatever, and we used to play those all the time, and we used to go dancing, and we did all that stuff. Music, 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 music. And then you become hearing impaired, and all of a sudden the radio goes off in the car. You don't put the music on in the house, because if you do, you can't hear when someone's talking to you or what they're saying or whatever. So all of a sudden, the music kind of dies out. Unfortunately, I'm sorry about that, because it's such an important part of all of our lives. So I decided that for 5 days, in honor of my 5-year-olds, that I would crank up the music in the morning, and I would dance at least a little while, and I would try to learn some new moves and become a little freer, okay? So that's what I've been up to off and on. And the other thing that I have been doing, and this was recommended by a friend, is to sing. So one day I'll sing Christmas carols, one day I'll sing show tunes, one day I'll sing commercials, because I know a million of them, and some of them are really cute. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing for just plain old fun things, positive things that give me new life, which is important. So this last week it was my birthday, and anyways, my oldest son and his wife gave me the very best gift ever. It's called an Oodie. Well, I'd seen them before. I've looked at them and I've gone, probably not my cup of tea. Well, they looked and looked and looked, because they know red is my favorite color. It was really hard to find a red one. So I have got to show you this Oodie, because it is an amazing thing. And I absolutely love it. The reason they got it is because I complain about the cold this year. It's cold outside, it's cold in my apartment, and not that I can't crank up the heat, I can, but whatever. So this is my Oodie. You will appreciate this. Not only that, This is a very special hoodie. It's huge, huge, huge. As you can see, it has a really big pocket in the front. It is double-sided, so it's very warm. And you put this on, I put it on in the morning when my apartment hasn't gotten up to speed yet with the heat. So this one, as you can see, is huge, but here we go. This is an Elmo hoodie. Well, my oldest grandson, which was my first grandchild, which the son that gave this to me and his wife, it was their son. Anyway, he loved Elmo, and he used to call him Momo. So the minute I saw this, it was like the perfect gift because it just brought me back to that time when my oldest grandson, and you can imagine how precious that is, the first one, and his Momo. So when I see this, that's exactly what I see, Momo. And I love it. I love it. It's very warm. I've got a pocket. It keeps me warm. And I can walk around with it. So it isn't like a blanket that you take off. But anyway, so my challenge to you today, I don't really have one, but I think that a person really needs to look back in your life and pick something that you haven't done forever and pull it out, take a look at it, and try it again. And see what kind of joy it gives you, because that is the most precious gift we can give ourselves. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here for me. I will see you soon. Bye.